Welcome back. It is Sunday, October 29th in the NBA. My three favorite picks are on the way. It's Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's dive into a recap from yesterday. Get out those brooms once again. A 3-0 day. Let's do a victory lap and then get into today's picks. Jordan Poole's over 22.5 points. Technically, he was the third and final play to cash, but he was the first one I talked about yesterday. We appreciate you, Poole. Tyrese Maxey, once again, he treats us nicely. I considered his line today. I will not be on his line just because I don't really know what's going on in that Sixers game as they're on a back-to-back, but he's cashed that easily. And then we had the Cade Cunningham, 15 points and 6 assists, and Jalen Duran, 10-plus rebounds. Both those two fellas absolutely smacked that. I don't know why that was plus 175, honestly, but we'll see what the value is for the next Pistons game. But that should hit a lot early on in this season. But either way, we were on a 10-0 run. We've hit 10 straight picks. That sounds like the ladder challenge, if you ask me. Maybe that will return on Monday. We'll see. But I do have some bad news, guys. As you've seen, I am on vacation in a new scenery. This is my last day of traveling, but honestly, if we go 3-0 today, I'm going to have to extend the trip because we haven't lost a pick while we've been on the road. But either way, hopefully you guys have been enjoying this winning streak. And as always, as I talked about yesterday, you can join our Dub Club, which is just our Discord. It's only $5.99 a month. What I say is the best part about it is you get all our plays early, and as you guys will notice, the lines are going to move pretty quickly. Now, for the same game parlays, they move not as fast, but still they do move pretty quickly. So if you want to get in there, join the Dub Club, show some support. Maybe you've been making some money with us. Come swell with the community. It's top link in the description, and I will give you a 7-day free trial. If you want to test it out, you don't like it, just cancel it. I don't want you to be paying for something you don't find good value in. But a reminder, Dub Club, top link in the description. Get that 7-day free trial. See you all in there. My last note, you guys have shown a ton of love on the second channel to that Victor Wembanyama video. I think it just passed 2,000 views. So if you want to go check that out, NBA debut, go check out that. Also, we have an NFL video, only one of them this weekend. A lot of people have asked, Austin, where's the 10 to 1,000, parlay week, NFL weekly video? As we're on the road, it's just not, I don't have a lot of time to do things. So I want to prioritize things, and the NBA video will be this one. If you want to go check out my 4 favorite player props for the NFL Week 8 on Sunday, go show some love. It was posted yesterday afternoon. But you guys came here for picks. I'm going to start with this first guy. His name is Alperen Sengun, over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists, minus 117 on Caesars. Now, I will abbreviate to PRAs because I don't want to type out points, rebounds, and assists. I don't have all that room on the slide. But points, rebounds, and assists, PRAs. If you had to take an individual line, which honestly, Sengun is not the guy I love taking individual lines. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with my lighting. So if I look like a ghost, don't worry about that. But if I had to take one, I lean points. But honestly, it's a Sengun. He's like Nikola Jokic kind of thing out there. Nikola Jokic light, if you will. This guy's really good. And so it's like, hey, why do I pick one of them when this is a guy that could go out there and score 15 points going under his points, but also get 15 rebounds and could even luck into a triple-double. But at the end of the day, I really do like Sengun. If it does go up to 31.5, which I saw FanDuel at that line, I'd play that for 1 unit. I still like 32.5 if that's where it ends, but I'd only play that for half a unit. I don't think there's as big of an edge there. But let's talk about this season, how he's done. Sengun, first game of the year, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 28 PRAs in exactly 28 minutes. That was versus Orlando. And then in the second game, which I was actually at this game, the overtime game against San Antonio, 25, 14, and 7, 46 PRAs in 41 minutes. Now, 41 minutes, he's not going to play that a lot. Let's be honest. I mean, that he did go into overtime, did foul out at the end of that one, but more or less played the extra 5 minutes. But this is a guy in Ime Udoka, the new head coach for the Rockets. I want to play him out there a lot. And we saw in that first game, while he only had 28 PRAs in 28 minutes, they got smoked. They lost by 30 points. Sengun didn't even play the final 9 minutes of that game. So I think he's going to kind of finish closer to that, 30, 34, 32-ish minutes per game. And there he's even his backup is out. Jock Londale, he has a concussion, so he's out. And they're relying on playing Boban Marjanovic, which I don't think they really want to do. So I think Sengun has a great matchup here against the Warriors. Now, they have some question marks injury-wise. Stephen Curry, questionable. Imagine he plays. Jonathan Kuminga, also questionable. I think he plays. And then it is expected that Draymond Green will make his debut for this season. Has obviously missed the first 2 games. But whether or not Draymond plays or not, or the other guys, I actually kind of like it if Draymond's playing because they'll probably run some small ball lineup in there. And I think the Rockets will use Sengun in that one. But we've seen Sengun so far. The volume's good. 11 and 18 field goal attempts to go along with 17 rebound chances and 12.5 assist chances. Like I said, this is like Nikola Jokic 2.0. Obviously, he doesn't have the accolades Nikola Jokic has. I mean, this is a guy, in his, I think, 3rd NBA season so far. But we've seen him he passes the ball, really good facilitator, and they're using using him in a lot of different ways. You saw his last game versus Golden State last year, I think last February. Don't quote me on that. 24 minutes, 22 PRAs, only 2 for 10 from the field. Plenty of room for improvement there. I mean, Sengun's going to be a guy that shoots above 50% on the season. We've also seen centers do really well against this team. We talked about that yesterday when we talked about or 2 days ago when we had the Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox same game parlay. This time, two centers have played 20 or more minutes. I put 20 or more minutes because those are the centers that are actually starting. I don't want to include bench guys. Those two guys, you saw Yusuf Nurkic play 28 minutes, 14 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 31 PRAs on only 8 shots. I mean, come on. He had Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. The other guy, Domantas Sabonis, he had played 36 minutes, which I think is closer to what Sengun plays, assuming he avoids foul trouble. 19 points, 18 rebounds, 7 assists, 42 PRAs on 15 shots. So Sabonis didn't shoot well from the field, 7 for 15, but this is just a really super talented guy in Sengun. I really like the way Udoka's using him, and I think he's going to play a lot of minutes today. So Sengun, I think this line's too low. Should be a close game as what the spread indicates. I think the Rockets keep this one close. Higher scoring game with the Warriors in town. I like his over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists, PRAs. Gun to my head, I had to pick one line, either points or rebounds. But honestly, the assists at 4.5 is really tempting. He's hit that in both games this season. So either way, Sengun, we're counting on you. Now let's talk about 2 same game parlays. And I don't like to do a ton of same game parlays, although they've been smacking this year, because I know there are some people on the daily fantasy apps, the PrizePicks, Sleepers, Underdog Fantasies of the world, Parlay Play, whatever, which we do have deposit match offers in the description. I know those people can't do them, but these 2 same game parlays have really easy pivots, which we'll talk about, that you can throw in your entries over there. The first one's going to be in the Kings versus Lakers game. Let's talk about this guy. LeBron James, 20 plus points and 6 plus rebounds, and then De'Aaron Fox, 20 plus points, which is plus 153 on FanDuel. Now, this is a 3-leg same game parlay. Next best odds, only plus 120 on DraftKings, so getting really good odds over there on FanDuel. Now, the easy pivot here is LeBron James over in points. I saw some books at 20.5, some at 21.5. Obviously, there is a chance where LeBron does not hit the 21.5, but I really like the matchup here. Now, technically, he has scored 20 points and not hit that 21.5 in both games this season. He's ended with 21 points, but it's a really good matchup, and we'll talk about why in this one. And then for the people out there like, Austin, I do not have LeBron 6 rebounds. I only have 5 or 7. Personally, I would lean towards 5. I don't think you'll have necessarily too much juice there, but we saw LeBron end with 6 rebounds on the dot 6 times last season. So I'd rather you guys not get a little too greedy, but if you want to and go for a little bit better value, go for the 7 rebounds. I like it there. But like LeBron in the first game of the season, he was on a little bit of a minutes restriction, only 29 minutes. He still scored 21 points, and he has 21 points in each of the first 2 games. Last game, I think he played the final 14 minutes of the game. He played 35 minutes. So Darvin Ham, sure, he wants to limit LeBron's minutes because honestly, he wants LeBron healthy the whole season. But also, most importantly, his job's kind of, hey, we need to win basketball games. And LeBron James, when he's out on the court, obviously the Lakers are a much better team. So I don't necessarily, I don't think 35 minutes is a consistent. I don't think the 29 minutes is something that, he's capped at. I just think LeBron is going to play when he wants to play out there. And I think he's going to play pretty well against Sacramento. And he always has. So LeBron, 30 plus points in 6 straight games. We only need 20 out of him. He's also had 8 rebounds in each game this season, and he's had 6 rebounds in 51 of 55 games last season. Those are all regular season, not counting the postseason, where he obviously mostly got 6 rebounds. But it's a game against the Kings where we got an over-under at 234.5. You're thinking about the first 2 games. The Lakers were against that Nuggets game. They scored 107, and then the next game, they only scored 100 points. And look, today's team total at 116, so they're expecting a lot of points in this game. That's what the Kings do. They run fast, and that's good for LeBron in transition. But we've seen the Kings allow 64 and 44 points in the paint this season. I like LeBron to continue to be aggressive, get to the hoop. And then when we think about rebounds, he's not going to guard Sabonis, not going to guard De'Aaron Fox. So I do think that he'll just be camping in the corner, because that's where Harrison Barnes kind of camps out, as we know. But I think that we'll see LeBron at least snag 6 rebounds, push the pace, scores 20 points, get those 2 legs down. And then the last leg is a guy that treated us nicely when we backed him, De'Aaron Fox, 20 plus points. He's done that in 6 straight games versus the Lakers. He's also scored 34 and 31 in their last 2 meetings last season. And this season, sure, he had 18 points in one game. That was 6 for 18 from the field, 39 points in the other one on 28 field goal attempts. So we know if this game's close, which the spread indicates, I think the Kings are 3-point favorites. The spread's close. If it is a close game in the fourth, Yeah, everyone get back on defense because Fox ain't passing. We've seen that before. He might enter the fourth with 17 points, and then he ends with 39. That's what he does. He's always getting the ball in his hands, and I do think the Lakers keep this one close. If not, they're winning maybe in the fourth quarter, and then that's when Fox will turn it on. I also like Fox to be able to get to those mid-range looks against the Lakers defense, and I think we'll see Anthony Davis, wherever else they have at the center position at that time, dropping a little bit. I think Fox gets those mid-ranges, knocks them down. So look, Fox, LeBron, go do your jobs. I'm really confident in both of them. Obvious pivot should take LeBron's over in points, but I think this is the better way to do it. Plus 153, risk one unit to win 1.53. I think it's worth it. I think this value should be closer to plus 120, so I like what we're getting there. And then my third and final play of the day will be another same game parlay. Like I said, I don't love doing a ton of these, but on a Sunday where the slate's sometimes a little bit weird, I like to go to these for a little bit of safety, but also something I really think is going to hit pretty easily. It's the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 25 plus points, and Trae Young, 20 plus points, minus 114 on FanDuel. This matchup between the Bucks and the Hawks. Now, next best odds you're getting is about minus 130 on DraftKings or BetMGM. On, I believe, Bet365, I think it was close to that, maybe minus 140. I don't really remember, but my favorite pivot in this one is taking Giannis Antetokounmpo's over 27.5 points. I think tonight we're getting Greek freaky, as the people know, but I think Giannis is in for a big game. And let's talk about how he did in his first game of the season with Damian Lillard, their first time teaming up together. He scored 23 points, 35 minutes, 10 for 22 from the field. Wasn't great. Did miss 6 of his 9 free throws. Went for 3 for 9 from the free throw line. Sure, it's Giannis. He's going to miss free throws here and there. I don't think he shoots 33% on the free throw line this season. If he does, the Bucks might have a bigger problem than that. But we also saw Dame Lillard, 39 points in that game. He was cooking. But we've just seen Giannis. He's played really well in general. I mean, I don't need to tell you Giannis has played well over the last 5 seasons, but Giannis, the 25 plus points in 12 of his last 14 versus the Hawks. This is a good matchup for him. The Hawks no longer have John Collins, a much better defender than Sadiq Bey out there. And while Clint Capella's still down there, I really don't think they're going to be able to stop Giannis coming down the paint, especially with Dame Lillard out there. Feels like that game, Dame went off. Giannis was like, yo, go do your thing, man. This feels like a Giannis game. And we saw the Hawks, when guys attack the paint, they gave up a ton of points in the paint, 56 to be exact in their first game. The Knicks they did better against, but the Knicks also made 23-pointers. So that's not necessarily the recipe for success. Still see Chris Middleton banged up. I think Giannis is a big night, 25 plus points. I think he scores maybe 30. We'll ride with him. And then the other one is going to be Trae Young, who we've seen in 2 games this season. Trae, 23 and 18 points. He's going to combine 8 for 35, 22% from the field. Yeah, that's not great. That is not great at all, but he has scored 20-plus points in 5 straight versus Milwaukee. And if he makes literally any more than 22% of his shots, he's going to hit this pretty easily. We know he can get to the free throw line too. Jrue Holiday no longer in Milwaukee. Well, that was when Trae Young was still having a great track record against them. Now they don't have that great defender. If you want to put Malik Beasley on him, go for it. Not going to be able to stop Trae Young. DeJounte Murray put a lot of energy into stopping Damian Lillard, which is kind of why I like Giannis even more. But I do think that we're going to see Trae Young get back to what we've been seeing out of him the past couple seasons. He's really talented. Even if he shoots terribly from the field, he could still get 15 free throw attempts and still get it done. We just saw Maxey drop 31 on him. I really think Trae can get you at least 20, if not hit his regular line, which I think is 25.5. So those are 3 picks of the day. Let's try to go 3-0. Let's continue this run to a 13-0 run. That would be ridiculous, but let's have a great day. If you want to go check out that Rams and Cowboys video, it's linked, or not Rams and Cowboys. Why am I saying that? I say that because it's on my brain because I'm at the Rams and Cowboys game today. So if you want to go check out my NFL Week 8 picks video, go check it out. 4 props that I really do like. If you want to go check out that Victor Wembanyama first NBA debut game, definitely go show that love to the second channel. But it's Austin. Let's keep making you guys some money. Let's keep the hot streak we've had. And I'll see you guys back on Monday morning, probably in my new home. But if we go back in my home, if we go 3-0, you might see me in a new location. I might just be out on the curb because it seems to be playing pretty well. But let's continue this hot streak. Appreciate all the love and support I see in the comments. It's Austin. I'm signing out. See you in the next one. Peace.